Hello, today I'll show you how to install Oblivion graphics mod called KTMXHancer that adds ray tracing level graphics, high-end shader and a little combination of other mods that changes everything and whatnot. You'll know once the actual video comes out, but for now I'll show you how to install for the confused ones. To get started, you will have to have a fresh copy of Oblivion. Remember, if you have any mods already installed, then it might cause much conflict. So what I suggest you to do is start off with an Oblivion that doesn't have much installed at all. Now I'll get started. To get started, I will first start with Reshade. Although there are other mods, I'd like to start off with the simplest one. Browse. Now before we actually browse, the name of this Reshade is called Reshade 4.9.0 modded exe. You will have to search for Reshade modded and you will find a GitHub page. The reason why I'm doing this is because Reshade is careful not to get you into trouble. You see, some games do not allow some effects such as depth 3D, and depth 3D is important for high quality graphics such as adding shadows or ray tracing, global illumination or screen space reflection. So there are also other problems that are caused by Reshade, and with Reshade modded version, it bypasses all the errors and restriction. So that's why we're going to use this for Oblivion. That is an old game and has much problems. So let's go to our Oblivion fresh copy, select exe, select DirectX 9, and it should be installed. After that, you will have to go to Reshade, the original Reshade, okay, and make sure you install this to another game. Okay, for example, I have another folder where I have installed it, and as you know, we have Reshade shaders. You'll have to copy this and paste it in here, just like this. Next step is to put RTGI, as we're going to also add ray tracing, which is pretty much something to be excited about. So we're just going to copy it and paste it here, replace the files if we need to, or copy it just as we always do. Once we have done that, we'll have to install ENB. Go to ENB v0181. Go to wrapper version and paste all of these down here. Once you do this, go to shaders KTMXHancer, go inside of that and paste all of these files right here. After you have done that, go to enbseries.ini and in here make sure enable proxy library is set to true. Init proxy functions as it's set to false, and proxy library is set to ktmxhancer.dll that you have pasted in here. So after that, what will we do? So next we'll have to install some mods. So let's get started with grass overall. All you have to do is go inside and select all of this, go to data and paste all of this. Some mods actually require mod manager, but mod manager is not that great. I like to do manually because that way you can do in a way that doesn't conflict with the game. Here you have overall ESP, and as you know, ESP means it requires mod manager. And if you want to load ESP, that is good and optional, but You do not really need to do it with the combination of mods I'm using, so there's no need to do it. Just manually put all the files and that should be it. And replace all that. After that, go to Retexture project, paste all of these in here. After that, go to AOTE, all textures. Make sure you actually paste these at the end because you need to replace all the texture with this mod. What it does is it adds enhanced texture. It doesn't actually change the texture. It doesn't change the looks. What it does is it upscales the older texture and it keeps the old look. However, they are more high quality, much more enhanced. There are less grains and just more sharper detail, much more photorealistic. Just overall an improved one from the one we had originally, but not changed. So let's wait until they are copied. As you can see, it's about 6,800 MB, which is a lot actually. It's a small game, but I want to install the mod, it gets really big. Let's wait until they're done. Now in optional folder, I'm gonna show you what we have in here. Let's wait until it loads up. So here we have Better Cities and Alive Water. These two mods are mods that you probably want to install if you like to, but it's quite unnecessary with my shader. It's quite unnecessary. However, if you'd like to have, let's just say, new structure or new building which originally wasn't in the game but you'd like to add some add-on, then you can install Better Cities. But because I would like to keep this game the way it was, I kept this. I remember Oblivion Reloaded was a good mod and I did try it, but there are some issues and it's just that having the original Oblivion feels much better than changing much. So I decided let's not change too much, let's just have it the way it is. Let's wait until it gets copied. Replace, and we are done. So now that everything is done, is there something else left? Yes, actually there are certain things that are left to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Oblivion and we're going to go to the launcher. Go to option, full screen, HDR, do not select bloom, anti-aliasing is none, and set the resolution to whatever you'd like to, and let's make sure that we select ultra. After that, let's start the game. Okay, so now that our game has started, we'll have to enable the graphics. So we're gonna click on home, and down here we're just going to select oblivion.ini. Now you're gonna have to go to D3D9 where we're gonna have depth 3D settings. Now this setting can vary depending on your graphics card and its driver, but for most of the time make sure you select depth buffer. As you can see, if you enable it, it enables the ambient occlusion and other effects, and these, well, as you can see, this one makes it look better, but you can choose different one depending on which one you'd like. For example, some of these settings don't work, but this one works better. After that, we'll have to open up ENB. So problem with ENB is that it can be a little bit tricky. A lot of the time you don't have high FPS, and because it has FPS limit, what you'd like to do is make sure it's turned off, and that should be it. Now your Oblivion will look great, as you can see. I hope you like it. If you did, give a thumbs up, and I'll see you when the video comes out.